baby, you my summer jam. I don't know if you can understand. No, you're the only one that I need. Like the air that I breathe. Baby, you mine. Say, baby, you mine. You mine. Say, baby, you mine. All mine.
And welcome to another edition of the Projects Podcast. As always, my name is CJ.
I'm Taylor.
And this week, we are joined by an amazing friend of mine. From the last 20 minutes or so.
Another legend.
Another legend.
That's an appropriate.
His arm says it all. Tattoos. We will definitely plaster those up on the screen. Take a look. They're incredible.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. The one and only Markus Miller.
Oh, hello.
Marcus! How are you doing?
I'm good, dude. How are you
I
guys?
thought there was so much more coming.
Nope.
to
I
that.
know. I was like,
Not at
that's
all.
it.
Like, you know the NBA, like,
Yeah.
Marcus Miller with all
Yeah.
this? Just,
He stands
Nope.
5'11" in shoes.
he jumps another 7'11". So fun fact about Marcus before we get this started.
Shit.
He could jump on your roof right now if he wanted to.
If I wanted to, but I don't want to.
Standing there and jump
My
on
ankle
it.
hurts. I'm soft today.
Well,
Not feeling it.
you're about to be feeling it once we
I
get
know these.
energy drink number 3.
Yeah.
I won't have a choice.
Well, what a great segue we had right there into the caffeine corner. So, as everyone knows, the way we start this is with our energy drink of the week. Some are good. Chads are mostly bad.
Yeah.
It's fun for me. It's a different brand, different flavor. I'm going to just dive in because
What
I'm
hell
excited.
have you brought me this week?
So, I went real creative with everybody's flavors. Mine, it sounded kind of nice. I went with so Bang is our product for today.
Oh,
We went Bang.
I've heard much about this.
The good news is it's decently late. So if you thought about sleeping tonight, probably not happening.
Don't need to.
I went with the classic, not classic. I think it's newer. Pina colada.
I mean, it's a
Penis
classic
colada.
drink.
It's a classic drink.
It's
It's
a lot.
I don't think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna just.
Can I
jump.
see that? That is
Yeah.
the worst color of a can
Yeah.
I have ever
And
seen.
I think that's why I
a
don't-
flesh-colored can is not a good idea. Bang! Stop doing this.
I gotta be honest with you. All 3 of our cans aren't the best looking.
No, this is.
What do you got there, Marcus?
Well, I have El Champagne. That's not how you say it. But champagne.
There's a hard G in there.
Yes.
Champagne.
Champagne. Champagne. Yeah, champagne flavored, and the can is also pretty ugly, but distinct. It's not even like champagne colored,
No,
right?
No,
Like,
that's
it's like you need to go to the hospital.
that's
your
like you've
piss
eaten
is-
too much. You've eaten too many carrots,
Yeah.
and now you're pissing orange.
Yeah.
It's
That's when you look at the pee chart in the bathroom, and it's like hydrated. Should probably drink water. Go to the hospiol.
Yeah.
That's go to the hospital.
Yeah, go to the hospital, see a doctor. This
You
is not
go to
good.
the hospital pee flavored, or not, hopefully not flavored, but colored can.
Golly.
all right.
And then the icing on the cake, pun literally intended. Chad gets birthday cake.
Oh,
Birthday
he's got
cake
cake.
bash. I don't know if you can see that. Birthday cake bash. And here's why it's so great.
it's the best looking can.
I
it
know how bad it is. And that's why I'm so excited.
And
So-
let me take a look here.
When
What do
I
we got, Cam?
originally started, Marcus, I told you this a little bit earlier. I consider myself as a caffeine/energy drink sommelier, and
I would agree with that.
a fun part of what we do is we'll rate the flavor.
Yeah,
And-
so we're on a 1 to Satan's Brew. Satan's Brew being White Monster. Taylor brought a lovely story to the table.
I don't know if you've heard this.
Wait, but I love White Monster.
oh, we
Yeah.
all do. That's
no,
the
it's
best.
the best.
It's the
It's
best one.
So that's our pinnacle.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, gotcha.
That is
Gotcha.
But did you know? And I wish I had one here. I should just keep one here every time we talk about this. The 3.
Oh, I know where you're going. Go ahead. Yep.
The
I
3
do.
dash marks that create
Dude,
the M
let's
are the
go.
Hebrew letter number for 6. So
We're
it's
going
3
deep.
6s.
Yes.
Yes, and their slogan is "Unleash the Beast."
Of course.
So Satan's Brew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
straight out of the depths of.
Now that I think about that, is that the same thing? I don't know if either of you guys have ever listened to Skrillex before.
Yeah.
But his logo
Oh yeah.
Is that the same?
Well, it's the 3 L's, isn't it? It's like because it's like Skrillex with 3 L's, right?
Is
No?
it?
I don't know.
I don't know. It just
I
has the
think I just
three
made that.
like.
Yeah. I don't know.
Either way.
Satan's
Anyways,
music.
anyway,
way.
so Satan's Brew is the top.
All right.
And then we had
Makes
what was
sense.
it? We had the Juice Rockstar. That was a 6.5 on the scale
Pretty good.
for me.
The biggest thing is, as a sommelier, you know how if you get a certain dish, they'll let you know you might want a so-and-so red that will complement that.
Yeah.
When you get done, we try to figure what type of physical activity this would pair best with.
Okay.
Just from hype level, flavor,
Right.
how it
Yeah,
sits in your
it's
stomach.
an energy drink. I got you.
Okay, so I can't wait for yours. But cans up. Let's crack them.
Yeah, I
I don't know
can't.
how you're gonna do
Oh.
that. This is weird.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. That was nice.
That was that was very loud.
Cheers,
I'm
gentlemen.
seeing
Cheers.
it on the Cheers.
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 I'm not.
Caffeination Nation.
I will say before I drink, you guys can go ahead and take a little sips if you
Mine
want.
smells good.
It smells
I'm
awful.
giving
Mine
this-
smells so bad.
Oh,
It smells like old champagne after your wedding has ended and you've left it out for like 24 hours. Ugh.
this smells like what comes out of your ass after you've eaten a cake.
Is that what it says?
I think that's the definition.
Oh, I thought you were just.
No, that's what it smells like. I was gonna say I'm
if
giving
that
it
was the
points.
description.
I was like, wait, they just shit on their own product. Like
I
that.
have to say I'm giving it points because this actually has a label on it stating an actual age of use. Like, don't drink this before the age of 18.
Yeah, of
I
course.
think, yeah, good.
The other ones don't do that, so I'm giving it
Well,
bonus
Bang's
points.
different.
Did I tell you that there was a 17-year-old girl that I trained who had 9 bangs in a day
That's not good.
and a quick trip to the hospital?
That's not good.
And I said, let's do some simple math.
Did she
Yeah.
run it the whole way?
Coffee has what, 60 milligrams in it,
Yeah.
50, 40, something in there.
Yeah.
I said, this
that
has
a single
3
shot?
I said, this has 300. You did 9. That's
People die.
2,700 milligrams of caffeine.
Jesus.
Jim, who's the biggest caffeinated
Yeah.
crackhead in the world,
He's a crackhead.
will hit 1,000 and
Yeah.
like, you know, it's kind
Yeah.
of you
He doesn't
dial
sleep.
back. 2,700.
That's like 3 lines of cocoa.
It's got to be more, bro.
Okay, but she said she hit the point where she was like over caffeinated, where her brain was slowing down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, like, why did she? Was she like competing with somebody?
She didn't know, and she said, "Oh, they tasted good," and they just had a bunch of them. So they were just
Bro.
hanging out. Yeah, psycho.
All right, let's get some.
Anyway,
insane.
mine smells great. I'm excited.
Ugh.
Mine's not great either. It's not great. All right, Marcus, start us off.
Oh no.
yeah. Marcus, what are you bringing to the table this week?
First of all, it doesn't taste like champagne at all.
oh
like,
my god.
whatever they tried to do, they missed the mark. by a lot.
That doesn't taste like birthday cake, but we'll get there. So, okay, so champagne.
If it tasted like birthday cake, that'd be a problem.
Why are you still drinking it? How are you getting past the first sip?
Oh,
It's
dude.
sweet.
You gotta get at least
So
2
it
of
doesn't
them in.
taste like champagne.
No, 1 to Satan's Brew. I'm gonna give this. I mean, would I drink it if I was up at 4:30 in the morning and I had a 14-hour training day? Maybe.
If there's nothing left,
If there's nothing left, if there's no Satan's Brew left, then
you just gotta get caffeine.
I got to do it. But it's not my first choice for Bang, so I'm gonna go. It's a 5.5.
Oh,
It's not horrible.
it's drinkable.
It's power throughable.
Right.
Okay.
You just gotta chug that shit and hope you don't get a
It's the
heart
only
attack.
thing around.
Yeah.
And what is it? What would you pair this with?
You know, let me take another sip and then I'll tell you.
Remember, will it settle? Will it settle in the stomach? Can you train through it, or is it just a chill night of gaming and it was the only thing you could find?
No, I'm thinking this is like, you know, I'm 21 in college again, and I'm like about to go out. Like this is my chaser or something.
Okay.
Like I can't just. This is not chill. It's champagne.
It's champagne.
So I'm a classy,
Yeah.
functioning alcoholic.
Tuxedo T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that is what I'm getting vibes of. I mean, it kind of tastes like college a little bit in a bad way. So I think I'm good. I think that explains it well. I'm not sure.
We're gonna save that mess for last.
That's
I'll go.
got to be awful.
Okay, pina colada. I get where they're going with it.
Yeah.
Best way to put it. It reminds me of. I think I told this story. I don't know when it was.
Sorry.
I think this was our Red Bull. Might have been first episode.
I think that was last week.
Long story short, maybe. Long story short, got sick purely because I was out of caffeine. and realized my true addiction in Mexico.
Yep.
And I had to rush to find 1 billion Red Bulls, which didn't do anything. But you get the energy drink acidicness in your throat a lot, but you're still crushing pina coladas because you're in Mexico and it's free. Yeah. That's my flavor right now. Okay. It's bringing me back to a dark time.
Dark time, but a fun time still.
Not when you find out you're a true addict.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you when you go down hard.
That's tough.
The hard crash. But at least you're in Mexico.
Did somebody hold you? Somebody support you?
Well, so Blondie wasn't there.
Oh, damn it.
But Kyle did.
Okay. There you go. I was like, where is this guy?
Yeah, no, it was fine. He was there for me. Kyle, buddy, I appreciate you. Probably flying a helicopter somewhere. So I would pair this with I'm going to go run on the beach with withdrawals.
Yeah. So pre-gaming.
How's that going? You're crushing this thing.
Yeah, you've taken
on a scale of 1 to Satan's Brew, this is a 1. This is probably one of the worst things I've ever put in my body.
It's so bad.
It is.
Who said okay? Let's go.
This is somebody at the factory really dropping the ball. Like I don't know how this made it through testing. This pairs with a trip to the hospital or one of the worst diarrhea nights of your life.
Oof. Yeah, that sounds bad.
It smells terrible. It tastes bad. It's getting a little bit warmer because I've been holding it, and that's making it worse.
Warm liquid birthday cake.
It is a nightmare.
You have a microwave birthday cake? I don't think I ever have. I'm just asking.
In liquid form?
I don't know. It's just
we should try that. We're gonna take energy drinks. We're gonna boil these things down. I want to see what they turn into.
I'm down. A pina colada might not be bad.
Yeah, just eat whatever's at the bottom of that whole thing too.
How would hot boiled champagne taste?
Yeah, no, don't invite me back for that episode. I don't want to do that. That sounds
a spinoff.
That sounds horrible.
This is awful.
So
I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, I gotta have a little upper here.
Yeah.
When I got roped into that, I told you this before, but Marcus, we went to Ricky and J-Mac. We're doing a weightlifting competition.
Yeah.
And we were there.
Oh, yeah.
And the bang girls were in the back, and everyone said, free bangs, go grab them.
I remember you telling me this a little bit vaguely.
Oh, my, man. And they said, new flavors out. It's free. Take a birthday cake.
Oh, no.
And I said, that doesn't
That doesn't even sound appealing.
Energy drink? And the other one was super nice, and she said, yeah, but take another flavor just in case, because we've had really bad responses to this.
Those poor girls.
Those
embarrassing. No, they make 30,
Nothing.
$50 for being there.
Oh,
just to throw their bang pants on
still,
for an hour.
Yeah.
And
they're supposed to be representing the brand, and even they're saying it's terrible.
But you know that just the fact that they were pre-handing out other flavors, that they must have had the greatest responses to, is this a gag?
Why try? Why keep? Well, I guess you bought it, so you're part of the problem because you gave it to me.
It reminds me of Bean Boozled.
Yes. Heckin' bamboozled, as they say.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Because you buy a bang. If you don't know a lot about them, you're hoping, maybe this is
birthday cake. Maybe it's sweet. Maybe it's kind of sugary.
It's definitely sweet, but in the worst way possible.
Right.
Yeah. But in that one, you're like chocolate pudding, dog food.
Right.
You got dog food.
Right.
The problem is I'm in a real catch-22 situation because I don't want to drink it, but I know the longer I wait, the worse it's going to get because it's just going to keep getting warmer. So I have to drink it.
We should just experiment with that.
Let it get hot.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Let it heat up.
Honestly, I feel like I'm like drinking liquid off of battery, like of a battery. That's what it feels like whenever I'm drinking the champagne.
I'm pumped. I made out okay then.
Oh god.
Can I put that down
so
now?
bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll come back to it. Okay.
All right, let's
That was a great.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
That was not fun. Thanks, Taylor.
Yep. We'll
for
come
another
back
nightmare.
Yeah. I'll keep them
let's
coming.
get into it. As we like to start, Marcus, we like to put our guests on the spot.
Uh-oh.
And just
You're caffeinated now. So
yeah,
you're
you're
fine.
caffeinated. You're ready to go. Your brain has been woken up.
Sure.
What have you brought to the table this week? What do you got? What's your projects? What you like doing? What you got going on?
Man, honestly, I was thinking about this a little bit, and I was like, man, I'm not doing anything. Mostly because right now the whole COVID crap has got me like throwing myself into my work a little bit.
Yep.
When I'm not doing that, we just got a puppy. Like she's 3 months old, so we're really just taking care of that. And I'm trying.
What kind of puppy?
She's like a lab mix, mostly lab. We don't really know. We got her from a rescue from clients that I train fostered a litter, and we got one of the pups from the litter. So that was cool. And
is this the lady I talked to? Remember the lady that called me?
She called you.
She said, "Is Marcus fit to be a puppy parent?"
Oh yes, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
If you're watching, he's still phenomenal.
Yeah. So
Great puppy parents.
No, I hate that dog. I'm gonna kick it off the balcony. And I'm just joking. No, I'm joking. No, we're trying our best to raise a not asshole dog, right? But she's a puppy. So
You hear that?
yeah.
It doesn't always work out.
Yeah. No. She's great. She's actually listening, responding really well to like.
That's awesome.
Not nipping at people's heels when they walk away and stuff.
Nice.
She plays. She's a puppy, so she plays and explores with her mouth. So we're just trying to make sure she.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like the nipping at heels and stuff.
Oh yeah, you can't have that when they're 50, 60 pounds.
I didn't know that was such a tough
Here he
time
comes.
for people. When my brother got their Labradoodle.
Oh
God.
yeah.
When my brother got their Labradoodle, she was awful at it, but she always wanted to be pet and attention.
Yeah,
and
sure.
But she would go hard at your heels.
Yes.
Drop blood.
You can't do that.
Okay, so are you just following the like look away and ignore?
You can't look away and ignore because
they bite hard.
yeah, and they try. It's an attention thing, right? So yes, certain attention things like we're trying to figure out like okay, when you're barking and when you're losing your shit, like she like 7:30 every night, she like rampages. Casey calls it her rampage hour, the witching hour, where she like grabs all her toys and like throws them in the air and lets them crash. And she wants attention. She wants to play. So we take her out, we run her, whatever. But the nipping at the heels thing, any sort of aggression playing with the mouth, we have to stop that. So we turn around, we say no, we put our finger in her face, we say no, sit. Yeah.
You're such a dick.
And we basically are just like, that's not okay, right? You have to like big brother her.
Right.
Just be like, no, you can't do that. And then I kick her. No, I'm just joking. I don't kick my puppy.
Okay, so
I'm just joking. I'm not running for president. Please don't arrest me. It's fine.
My brother, same thing, and I felt bad because, of course, everyone in the world will say, "Oh, she's so naughty. Like you're you're being such a bad dog." And he's like, "She's not a bad dog,
Right.
but she's hyper, wants to play."
Yeah.
And dude, he did everything. Had a dog trainer come in, and you turn away, you do this, blah blah blah. And one day, he told me, he's like, "Yeah, she stopped doing it." I was like, "What'd you do?" He's like, "Between you and I, which is now between all of us."
Yeah.
He's like, I just lost it, got pissed, and just swatted the shit out of her nose.
Dude.
And she like yelped, turned, and never did it
They
again.
learn. They do learn.
He was so mad. He said, I spent all this money and do all this and have bloody ankles, and it just took one crack on the nose, and she's the best dog now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Casey, I'm sorry. That's my wife. She's like, so Mabel, her name is Maeve, the puppy.
That's adorable.
Yeah, we got it from a TV show, British TV show, Sex Education. It's hilarious.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
But we really like the name, and it just kind of stuck with the dog. We figured it fit. But she'll do something crazy. She like bites Casey on the like this part of the thigh that hurts when anyone touches you there.
Right.
And I'll like grab her by the neck. I'm like, no, don't do that. And I just hold her, and she's like, don't touch me like that. And I'm like, well, she's never gonna do it again. And Casey's like, that's gonna make our dog aggressive. I'm like, nah, I will win.
Yeah.
I win.
I am the alpha.
Yeah, I'm the alpha.
Yeah.
Like I've heard people talk as well, like other dog owners, and say crazy stuff. Like if they're sitting on the floor, walk through them. Like they don't own that space. You walk through them. It's your spot, not theirs.
Same with like they don't walk in front of you. They walk to the side of you type thing.
I've heard stuff like that. I don't know what I'm not gonna like kick her out of the way whenever I'm walking, but like I've heard stuff like that where I think people have different ways of raising dogs, but I
think it depends on the type of dog.
I think so too.
Like him, I mean, he thinks that
So
he owns
sweet.
everything.
So
So,
sweet,
especially when he was a puppy, oh my god, like it was just me against him constantly because he thought he owned me. He wouldn't go on walks on a leash. He'd just roll over on the ground and yank.
Yeah, leash training is
Yeah,
tough.
so it took me forever. Now he'll walk on my right side, and he knows that that's where he's supposed to be. I let him walk in front because he likes to pull on everything.
Yeah.
So, but he'll know, like he'll come back and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I think it kind of just depends on the kind of dog. He's just a stubborn dog that knows way too much.
He knows he's cute, dude. He knows
just-
he's cute.
But he's sweet though.
Yeah.
Like I came in, didn't know me, he just came up to me.
Oh
and
yeah, I
licked me
mean, and that's the thing is like he's been, he's a great dog. It just He
things.
loves people, loves kids, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't have any of those problems. But like, especially like what you were saying, like as a puppy and that kind of stuff. Sometimes it was just like,
You're a puppy.
I had to hold him down because I was like, nope, this is my world,
I'm gonna
not
win.
yours.
Yeah, exactly.
So his case, he would love to know, should they get another one?
No,
Oh,
don't.
shit. I'm not going to lie to you. So we went to the foster family and we were looking at, so they had 3 puppies in the litter and 2 of them were playing so well together. And I was like, oh, they're so cute. And I had that thought of like, I should just take both home. And then I was like, wait a minute, they're not going to be puppies forever. And then also I've heard that they actually told me this, that litter mates that are the same sex fight to kill, like viciously.
Whoa.
Because they can't ever establish dominance because they're both female or they're both male, right? So it's not like, it's always a dominance thing. So we didn't do that and we couldn't afford that and we didn't have the space for it really to have 2 puppies. But I think getting another dog, you definitely want, I feel like, an age gap. And then,
Really?
yeah,
I mean, yeah, he's 8.
What if you had like a boy and girl puppy at the same time?
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like that's like a kid. Potty train them out at the one time.
I guess you could, but I mean, think about having twins, right? I mean, that's a bitch. Actually, the foster family that we got it from, the kids are triplets, and I trained 2 of the triplets.
My fiance is a triplet.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. That's crazy.
That's a lot of triples.
Also named Casey.
Okay, this is like serendipitous.
We just become best friends.
It's crazy. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I couldn't do that. Casey's parents have a basset hound who
I love basset
They're
hounds.
so loud.
Bassett.
The
but
howl
so
of a
adorable.
basset hound is one of the most amazing
Adorable.
noises of
It's
all
barely
time.
a howl.
Yeah.
It's
It
just
is
a groan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is so
That's exactly right.
good. It's so loud too. It just doesn't make any sense.
That's so true. And but Casey's dad said it best. He was like, I love bassets because they're insanely predictable. They're sweet, kind. You know they're never going to flip.
Step on their own ears.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they're adorable. Oh my God, they're so adorable.
Yeah.
But she's so cute and so loving and like motherly. And so they got a rescue puppy and they just basically was like, Beezus, that's the basset, just raise this thing. And that puppy is now a great dog. He's a little like socially awkward. I think he's kind of like I don't know. He's special. I'll just say that. But he's a cute dog. He's very, very well behaved. And so I think that's kind of the move, is like have someone who's kind of the alpha or the, whatever, and kind of impart that onto the new puppy.
Well, so you're good. You got him.
Yeah, I think you're
Round
good.
Yeah, but the problem is he likes to play overall alpha. Now, I will say he would probably actually train up a dog pretty well, because I'd have to get another dog that's like him.
Yeah.
It would have to be a husky or something like
Sure.
that I'd have to add to the mix, just because he does well with those kinds of dogs. And he'd need a bigger dog anyways. I mean, he still has quite a few years left in him, probably.
Sure.
Do you, Sol?
He's
Yeah.
about half asleep.
So he...
the dog whisperer.
and I worked with a guy who had 4 huskies. Well, he had 3 huskies and one that was a husky wolf mix.
Whoa.
The husky wolf
big.
mix was a beast, but
Big
that
dog,
dog was the most loyal, best dog.
sure.
Like, thing loved him, like
Sure.
all that kind of stuff. But he said that he had one of the huskies in the wolf husky mix that he rescued, and he had those 2. And then he got 2 other ones to add. And he said that he never had to potty train them, never had to teach them how to do anything, because they just looked at the other huskies, saw what they were doing,
course.
and just followed suit. Like,
Yeah.
he never had them go into the house or anything like that. Didn't have to worry about it. I mean, he had to train them in other ways, of course. But in terms of the
That's
main
very true.
principal pieces, just follow the other dogs, whatever they're doing. They're my alphas. That's what I'm doing.
It's like growing up, he always knew I was his alpha. So wherever I went, Chad would follow.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Sully.
Oh, no, CJ.
No.
That makes sense.
That's why he lived at my house most of the time, because he followed me up
shit.
there.
That's what we did. That's what
Yeah.
we did.
Blast.
That's awesome. And then did you want to dive in, just because I'm so excited to hear about it, did you want to dive into the track club world?
Sure. Yeah. So I started a track club with USATF. Steadfast Track Club is what it's called. I like
so
the name.
cool.
Yeah,
So
I like the
what
name.
inspired this? Because, I mean, obviously, they don't know your background, but I do.
Sure. Yeah. So my background is in track and field. That's my passion, my love. That's really what I'm a sports performance coach at Elite Speed with Taylor. But track and field is like where I feel like I really do my best work. It's where I have the best relationships with my kids. I
Right.
feel like, sorry
Sure.
for all my lacrosse kids and stuff out there. I still love you to death, my volleyball girls. I love you so much, but
run track.
Or, whatever. But yeah, I think that's where my relationships with my athletes are the deepest, because we have so many shared experiences, and there isn't anything that they are going to go through that I haven't gone through or seen. Yeah. Right. Or helped someone. I mean, I met my wife running track, and everything that I didn't go through, she went through. So we have that shared experience together. So really, I formed the track club as a sense, or not a sense, but as a way to kind of fill the gap for anyone who, there's a lot of things you can do in track and field that you can't do in other sports. Like you need a team to play football. Right. You need a team to play basketball. You need like stuff. Right. Whereas in track and field, all you need really is space
and your body,
a track, your body, and a coach, and someone who understands what you're doing. So like, there's so many kids that you don't have a choice who your coach is, right? Like you go to school, and you don't really have an option of like, okay, this is my track coach, right? I'm at this high school, and it's just some guy. No offense to any high school coaches out there. I know you guys do it because you love it, but you don't do it because you get paid to do it, right? It's not your job. It's not what you're like investing your entire life trying to get better at. Right. You might be a teacher who thought it would be fun. Maybe you did it in high school or whatever. Not throwing shade on any high school coaches, because high school programs are the backbone of what make good college and professional athletes.
That's all that watch our podcast, so you're gonna get
I know. Whatever. But I'm just trying to cover my bases anyway. Right. So yeah, basically, I formed the track club because I wanted to give my athletes another option, because ultimately my big goal, I guess, big picture goal, is have a way for track athletes to not run with their school if they don't have to, but still participate in like CHASA, Colorado high school events.
Because most sports are at that level.
Sure. Yeah. So I think it's kind of an uphill battle. I mean, I have to talk to the CHASA commissioners and stuff, and this is like,
I guess that's a big difference. I didn't think about that, but like clubs,
sure,
where you go to get recruited for most sports.
Exactly.
What, track, football, and
no, everything's. I mean, a lot of things. Yeah, football
maybe?
I think is one of the
wrestling clubs.
No, there's tons of wrestling clubs. That's how you usually get picked up out of there too. I'd say. I think most sports have kind of transitioned that way. Honestly.
I mean, you go to recruiting questionnaires on colleges now, college websites, and they ask for your club coach's name and their contact info and stuff. Obviously, they want your high school too, but club track, and it's interesting because club track is different in different regions of the country. So East Coast club track, huge, massive. Like that's what matters, right? But like New Mexico, where I grew up, I don't even remember if we didn't have club track. There was no summer track. It was just like, oh, it's hot outside. Run if you want to,
I don't even remember hearing about it here.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone knew of it.
Sure. It's getting bigger. It is getting
now,
bigger.
Yeah. But almost 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Whoa. We're almost 10 years out, huh?
Yeah, dude. Next year's my 10-year high school reunion.
Yeah.
Am I going to go? Probably not. Let's be honest.
Depends on how successful I get.
That's my thing.
Depends on how much I can flex on everyone.
I'm considerably better than I was in high school, so I might just flex on some people. So we'll see. No.
Oh, did my shirt just fall off?
Oh, weird. Snap!
Weird.
I'd have to try to beat Colin Swenson, who has a PhD in microbiology at the age of 24.
Fuck that guy. Sorry. I don't know you, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Love you, Colin.
Jokes.
That's rad.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of, I guess, what the basis was, and what my big goal is to change the CHASA world. I guess, I don't know.
That'd be sweet.
That's fantastic.
We'll see. Yeah. So
that makes so much sense. Like even when I look back to how track was in high school, I didn't even have a throwers coach my senior year, which was amazing. But I'm going to send this to Mr. Page so he can watch this, because he's heard me say this 1,000 times. So he's now the principal at Hines Ranch. But super close friend of mine. And I will say this every time we talk about track. Senior year, I had a coach showed up for first week, left. And so I became the coach. Yeah. Because I just knew more senior year. Yep. But what I found out all year was through YouTube videos. Yep. And 2 of the 4 times the throw throughout the week, I just went and worked out downstairs. Because I didn't care for disc. Yeah. I knew that there was too much technique to be good at it. Yeah. But shot put, I was like, I can throw this further than you guys. Yeah. bring it. Watch me throw this rock further than you. And yeah, and I told him to this day he still owes me my coaching check for that senior year.
Heck yeah, dude. That's hilarious. I love it.
And the best part, and I'm not even afraid to say this because he's heard it 100 times. One day there was a kid my age. He's a doofus, but I said, hey, if you guys want, I'm going to head downstairs and go work out. If you want to come lift, you can come with me. If you want to sit around and throw, this guy will be out here. So you guys stay with him, but just make sure everything gets put up.
Yeah.
Went downstairs. Next thing you know, this moron was getting into it with an underclassman and threw a rock and like hit him in the side of the head. Oh. It wasn't even that bad. It was like a dirt clod, but everyone said it was a rock because you got to blow everything out of proportion these days. And
the freshman cried.
Dude. Yeah. And I got in trouble for this. You're the captain. You're supposed to be blah, blah, blah. And I said, until you give me a coach's check, I'm not taking the rap for this.
Let's go.
Where is my coach who's supposed to be overseeing all this? And yeah, so Paige, I love you, but you know my address. Send the check, buddy.
Pay the man.
Pay the man. But it's true. I didn't have the choice to be like, no, I'll go work with the club coach instead.
Yeah. No, that's that's it, man. I was very similar. I mean, my jumping career in high school was like pretty much all self-taught. Huh. I had a coach. We didn't really get along. I knew how quickly I kind of outpaced his knowledge, and that's fine. Like I don't dislike him for it. He is where he was where he was. It's fine. He was passionate. He did care, but I was like, well, I gotta teach myself something because I'm maxing out here, and I gotta figure something out, and I want to take this somewhere. So yeah,
which is sick because kind of duplicates up to senior year of college, right, with your training program?
Yeah. So, well, that was a little different. So I did have a coach in college, Coach Z, who's was at New Mexico. He's at Notre Dame now. Shout out to Coach Z. He's awesome. He's a good person and a good coach. I think so. When I was a senior in college, I did design my own strength conditioning program because I always joked the strength conditioning department at UNM was, especially for the track team, it was like in Harry Potter, Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. You get like a new one every single year. That's exactly what it was. It was like, all right, we got this guy. He's got like 15 years rugby experience, and he's coaching track now. So like, we're only going to front squat for like 18 weeks straight. And we were like, all right, I guess. People are blowing out. Yeah, it's like people are blowing out discs and tearing hamstrings and stuff. God. And it's like, what are we doing? So anyway, so my senior year, I was like, look, I've had enough. I'm majoring in exercise science. I want to take my fate into my own hands. And if I suck, then it's my fault. It's my fault. That's the whole reason I loved track in the first place, because I hated the team element of team sports where I couldn't fix the problem if I didn't cause the problem. Right? Like if it was somebody else's fault, I'd just be like, well, fuck, man. Like you just fucked
it up. And then you hear like let the coaches coach. Exactly. Like, thank coach better.
Exactly.
We suck.
Yeah. Oh, and I was like, I hated hearing that. So that's why I was drawn to track in the first place, because I wanted more responsibility on myself, and I could handle that. Right. So as a senior, I designed my own strength conditioning program, and it did help. I did PR. I ended up all conference in the Mountain West after really struggling. I mean, I inched towards PRs, but like the senior year was a bigger jump, and it was, for me, it sucked because it was like, wow, that took 4 years to do to jump that much, but not just in the physicality sense, but in the mental and the I don't know, technical sense. And then it was over. It was like, crap, that was my senior year. Yeah. It was my fifth year, actually. I took a redshirt year my fourth year, and then I finished college, and I was like, well, I don't really want to be done, because I felt like I actually just started learning. Like,
that's so crazy.
Implementing
at what, 22?
What I learned. Yeah, I was like 22 years old. So, I moved out to Maryland and trained some more with a professional coach out there. And, it was an experience. It was an interesting experience. We can go into that at a different time. But it was a bit not what I had hoped for. Huh. I learned a ton about the sport and about myself. It was a very tough time, but it's all good. And then we were like, screw this. Let's like actually go and have a career, because I wasn't able to train athletes then. It was really annoying. My coach was like, no, you can't train athletes. And I was like, well, that's my career. That's like what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So that's how I make money.
Yeah, exactly. So I was, training like lawyers and politicians and people at Equinox, and met a bunch of really cool people. But that was not my.
If you want me to show you how to jump on your desk,
bro? Yeah, I was like, this. Oh my god, it was so crazy because, I look like me, right? In like a fitness gym where it's like physique and all that stuff is like highly sought after.
Right.
I had, Instagram booty models come into me and try to train with me. I had soccer moms. I had like, lawyers who wanted to lose like 50 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, I can jump really high. Like, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. That was the easiest job ever. Because people just
everything makes them tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
They feel like they got a good workout no matter what you do to them.
Oh my god! And it was like
we just got out of the chair.
Yeah. Like literally, like I felt like I was a good coach and a good trainer and all that stuff. But compared to coaching athletes,
Right.
that job is easy. I mean, I'm sure you've had adult clients before where
yeah.
you're just like, and you've seen the total performance in adult fitness class. It's like, just pick up this ball, throw it over your head, squat like this, have
Has to
good
be
form.
no science behind it.
Yeah, and it's like, they're like, oh, this was the greatest thing ever. But like, when you coach athletes, how on you have to be all
and they
the time.
ask every question.
Yes.
Well, why does my knee need to be here? It feels better here. You're like,
Exactly.
God, okay, so the way that this muscle connects to this muscle and your energy, and you got to go off.
Yeah.
You got to go read the CSCS book before you come out.
Yeah,
that day,
and you have to know physics. You have to know a bunch of stuff because they're going to really want to know why.
But with adult population, you just turn the temperature up and do some sit-ups.
Good music. That's it. And,
sick.
Yeah.
Right on.
And I like to think that I do bring the science and all that application stuff into the adult training world as well. But it is just the load off when you can just vibe with them.
There's a lot more of what you want, not what you need.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the ratio's flipped, right? Between training adults versus training kids and athletes of what you want versus what you need. So I like that challenge in my career, right? I like that kind of, what do you need? And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like I need that because that's how I grew. I was brutally honest with myself and like, well, what do you really need?
That's so hard to do.
It's so hard, man. That's so tough. Hard. So so I did that my senior year, designed my own strength conditioning program while Coach Z oversaw all the track stuff. That's cool. But it was cool because we had a working relationship and I went to him and I was like, hey, I want to do this. And he's like, okay, cool. After 4 years of coaching me, he was like, well, this is what you want to do with your career and I don't have a problem with it, and we were able to vibe and talk about it openly and pissed off my strength conditioning coach, that's for sure. We aren't friends. That's fine. I did not like that guy.
We're better than you. Yeah. We know it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what he's doing now, but he had an ego and we just didn't vibe on that sense because he didn't want to help me. I remember one day I was doing some exercises that I felt like would really help me for high jump, right? Doesn't matter what they were, whatever. But he goes up to one of my teammates and he goes, that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. That's not going to work. And my teammate told me because we're friends. Like, what the hell do you think was going to happen? Yeah.
We spend a lot of the day together.
Yeah. And I was like, well, we'll see in May. And it worked and it's all good. And it kind of catapulted me, I think, to what I believe in what I do now and how I coach now. So anyway,
Give you confidence.
Yeah, huge.
Have you, by any chance, dove into The Last Dance?
Yeah.
So that reminds me of. Have you seen this at all?
I haven't seen it all, but go for it.
We're on like episode 4 right now.
I won't ruin anything.
Yeah.
I kind of know how it goes. They win the championship. So.
It's history.
6 of them.
Sorry, Casey. Spoiler alert.
That just it just reminded me of basically Michael was very notorious for remembering every little thing that's ever said.
Yeah. That
would piss him off and fuel him even years later.
Yes. That's me.
But
Casey knows that's me.
He then that's kind of why I thought of that. Of like you guys that ain't gonna work, and then you hit that jump, and you're like, bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But funniest part, and it's again not even a spoiler. He made one up. Like he made up that somebody said something to him and believed it so much. Shit on this guy the next time they play. It took him 10 years to admit he made that up.
Wow.
Because they came out and the guy said, "No, I never said that to Michael. I just had a really good game." And he just smirked and said, "Yeah, he didn't say that."
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. That's really cool though. I mean, Casey knows, my wife, she knows how I can, it's a weird ability I have to remember very specific details. It's so weird that I have to lie and say I don't remember things. I'm outing myself on a podcast, but like I will remember names, faces, numbers, like celebrities that I've seen one time in one show. I'll recall their name. He's like, what was that person's name? I'm like, bang. And she's like, wait, how did you do that? She's like, don't tell people you can do that because you're going to freak people out.
You're a magician.
Like, right, I can't.
You got to get really good at remembering playing cards for blackjack.
Well, yeah, it doesn't work for me like that. It has to be like an interpersonal.
I'll be honest, I was about to head to Blackhawk right now. Counting cards fast.
We can try.
I don't even know where to start. I can't even count my
fingers.
You
just do a +1, -1 depending on the deck. It's like damn near impossible now though because they shuffle the decks so much now that it's,
are there like 6 in there?
Well, it depends. So there's I think it's 3 or 4 decks layered on top of each other, but depending on when the rotation is, they'll redo somebody will just take those cards and then they'll just spool up another deck of them. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, it's also they have sliders of it. I don't know. They've done quite a bit to try to block you from doing
ever since that movie 21. They ruined it.
Have you ever? I read the book on that. The real story.
Whoa. I didn't know it was a real story.
Yeah, that thing is based on real life. So it is actually based on, weirdly enough, though, that whitewashing Hollywood. They were all Asian. That was going into there, and they were all from.
I wanted to say that it makes a lot of sense that they would figure out this mathematical equation.
It's all from MIT.
Yeah,
and, get in trouble for that.
But it's
fine. I'm half Asian, you could say.
We're good.
I'm a quarter Asian. It's fine. You're good.
But yeah, it was just a bunch of brilliant kids out of MIT, led by one of the teachers. It was led by him, and then they had a couple of the former students that were involved in it as well. And this guy, the main character from the movie is, I think it's the same name as the actual guy that in real life, but he recalls some crazy stuff, man. Like he had like wads of cash like stuffed in his ceiling, like under his bed. He ended up I don't know if I should spoil the end of the book because it is different than
I ain't gonna read it.
Spoilers.
They ain't gonna read it.
He ends up getting it all like stolen. Like he shows back up his apartment and
that was in the movie too, I think.
Was it?
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, the people that were involved in it like ripped them all off. Like they knew where his money took it all out and that kind of stuff.
Moral of the story is just steal people's money.
But I mean that whole thing was like based. Yeah,
you don't have to count cards. Right? You just have to be friends with the person.
You just find out where the money is.
Yeah, just steal it later.
But yeah, he recalls like from the movie, like some of the things you saw in the movie were in the book that he claims were real. Where like he was like washing his clothes and all of a sudden 10 grand fell out of one of his pockets. There's a huge wad of cash. Because they were having to smuggle the stuff back across from like Vegas, and they went to Atlantic City, and they got caught there, and they were having to like escape out of there, and like it's crazy.
That feels so any sort of stressful. Even if I broke something at the house, and Blondie's like, "How'd this break?" I don't know.
Yeah,
that's already too much for me.
It's too much.
It's too much energy.
Yeah,
like I've told a lot of people that whatever you want to say in life or wherever you want to go with this.
Yeah.
And people know this, but I don't think I could ever do anything major behind Blonde's back because it feels like so much energy.
It's a lot.
Not even, and most people will be like, Taylor, it should be your morals. It is, but wow, that sounds exhausting.
I
keep
imagine.
Secrets sucks.
Yeah,
so I feel like I come home and be like, hey, I'm smuggling hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Please help me.
Either help me or tell someone and bust me because this is exhausting.
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback off that. It's kind of a segue, but like Casey, I've never heard her mom like yelling voice in our house because it's only ever just been us. So whenever she's yelling at the dog and she's like, "No, don't do that. Stop." I'm like, "Oh shit, what happened?" Because I feel like it's aimed at me because I've never heard that voice before. I'm like, "Oh fuck, what did I do?" I'm literally so like sweating bullets.
Start thinking back to everything you may have messed up.
Exactly.
I should have put my clothes away.
Exactly.
I didn't do the dishes that one time.
Exactly. So I freak out. It's hilarious, and she thought it was really funny too. Because she was like, "Yeah, I'm just like my mom, I guess, in that sense. She's just yelling in the house." I'm like, it's terrifying. Gotta get used to it.
Well, since we're on the talking about movies and whatnot, what is this? Okay, so everyone watching, I was prefaced with a Life in Montana show that you have been talking about.
I've never heard of it.
The pulling cows.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Pol, Disney Plus. Bro, okay, wait, should I just go off?
You go for it.
Yeah. What is this?
Okay, wait,
I'm so excited.
Seen it?
I can't
believe you've never seen this.
Bro, okay. So it's a vet show.
Okay.
There's this vet in I don't know. Does it matter?
It's out in the
Wyoming,
boonies.
Montana,
Yeah,
Utah.
I don't know where he is actually.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's this vet from the Netherlands, I think, and he has served this community. Like, he's the guy. He's like, oh, my cow has like a what is it? Prolapse rectum or whatever. He's the guy.
Bad stuff. All sorts of bad stuff.
Tough.
Anything bad, right? So so let me just preface. So I didn't know what the show was either, right? And I heard Casey watching it, and I just kept hearing sounds and like really aggressive things, and I was like playing video games, whatever. I was like, "What are you watching? Like, this sounds so intense." And she told me what it was. I was like, "No, I'm good. I don't want to watch that. Like, I don't want to watch this guy massage a sheep's like butthole."
Yeah, dude, this guy does everything.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just wait.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she's watching it. I'm like, I'm good. One day, she's.
Oh God. I'm not flexible for this dog.
There's the setup.
Get out. Go on now. Get. Okay.
Comfy. All right.
That was the most I've ever stretched my hamstrings in my life.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're making breakfast one day, and I come over with breakfast, and I think this is how it went down. It was a couple weeks ago now, but I sit down and I put the food down on the table, and I just see this guy, this vet, shoulder deep, shirtless, inside this cow's uterus. Inside the cow's uterus. Just digging in there. And I'm like,
and he yanks, right?
Yes.
Like
So I'm confused.
Yeah. Full
I'm
deadlift.
confused.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening right now, Casey? Why are we watching this at breakfast? But I was.
What site are you on?
I know. I literally was like, what kind of bestiality, weird website are we on? Anyway, I had so many questions. Like, I couldn't look away. I was like, why is he shirtless? What is he covered in? What is he reaching for?
You don't want to
What's
know what he's
going
covered
on?
in.
So basically, this cow had a calf. It was giving birth. The calf died inside the cow, right? That happens. So he had to go in there with a saw and cut it in half. So he's literally got a saw on one hand.
The calf.
The calf. He's cutting the dead calf in half in pieces to pull it out of the cow's uterus. Sorry. Hope you're not eating. And he's covered in like, I don't know, cow uterus shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he just like yanks out a leg. So he hooks a chain to it, yanks out a leg. And I'm sitting there like eating my breakfast. And I'm like, what the hell are we watching?
Why am I still eating?
Yeah. It was mesmerizing. I was like, wait, this is on Disney Plus? Like,
What?
4-year-olds
They won't put
watch
Deadpool on Disney Plus, but they'll put this on there.
It's
Wait.
crazy.
Blech.
It's so cool.
Bad,
I feel
but
worse
it's so crazy.
for the mama cow.
Oh
Yeah, well,
she had a saw in her.
yeah, but that's the thing. So he was like, well, if I don't do this, the cow will die too.
dies, yeah.
And then the farm's screwed, right?
So I'll piggyback into
Yeah.
what I've learned. My amazing soon-to-be wife is from small town Montana.
Yep.
One blinking red light.
Tough.
When you're eating dinner at the table, out the window are bulls walking by and all these cow. Anyway, they told me, because every time I'm back, for some reason, it's during whatever you want to call it.
Well, it's usually during
calving.
calving time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And yeah, so they'll go out and check at night, and if you see little feet, they got to go rip that puppy out.
Jeez.
They had one very detailed night. For some reason, I didn't know this was going to turn into a family event that everybody but me went out there for. And they said one of the moms was some sort of complication. I think it was twins or something was weird.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So something was weird out of this cow.
Yeah. That was on the show too.
And
Cow
then
twins.
like her brother's wife wanted to go see it. I was like, I'm good. I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah.
Next thing, I look around. Nobody's in the house with me. And I said, these are all just weirdos that had to go watch this thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I felt really bad not going. But basically they said, they were describing this. They were slipping and sliding on all the excess coming out. And they said that they pull the cow out and you almost have to spike it on the ground.
Yeah.
Because when they fall out, it's like, boom, and it starts their heart.
Yeah.
And all I could think about was the funniest football celebration of like, yeah, boom. So I don't go into any more details, but I just thought that was hilarious.
Gronking those things into
But
the ground.
have you heard?
Suplex.
Oh, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. We can move on from here and find a new
crazy.
topic to talk about. Have you heard what they do if a cow has to have a C-section?
Oh no.
No, I don't think so.
Like
I'm sure it'll be on the show though, because
like-
I'm gonna watch an episode.
Like this
yeah.
on the edge of like their belly, just right down. Whip, zip it open, pull the calf out, stitch it back up.
What?
Just knife.
How does nothing else fall out? That's
Everything
crazy.
falls out and the calf. But like apparently where they do it, it's just the calf and everything in there.
Everything that needs to come out
Just
anyways.
Zip it back up.
That's insane.
Being a cow sucks.
dude.
Yeah,
Never.
there's nothing worse than
I think
being a
I'd
cow.
rather be like a housefly for like 24. Like if I were reincarnated, like 24 hours, let's do this thing. Cow, dude,
Or the bull.
or the bull, yeah. True.
Bull ain't bad.
Yeah,
Bull's
the
not
bull
bad.
ain't bad. I wouldn't want to
You're
be
protected.
the cow. I wouldn't want to be the clucker. I don't want to be.
The clucker.
I don't want to be the
Is that what it's
pig.
called?
Well, so there's chickens and cluckers apparently because KFC for a while couldn't classify what they had as chicken because the chickens technically didn't have bones, so they had to be classified as cluckers.
KFC is
It don't,
dog food.
Yeah,
Damn it, Colonel.
yeah. Colonel didn't do things right there.
Wait, okay, I know I said this is the last thing I was gonna say
go
about
ahead.
this.
This is a dark hole that we
I
have
don't know
gone
if I should
into.
say this.
Doctor, I have no boundaries. It's fine.
Whatever. You got yourself into watching this. Click on a different episode if you want at this point. But look, do you
do it, bro.
okay. So you know how you have to artificially inseminate a cow?
Yeah.
Okay. Use your mind. We don't have to say it.
Yeah.
How do you think they get the stuff from the bowl to put
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
I thought there was just a guy who had a strong grip and was walking around. I didn't
Strong grip.
I didn't know. I was like, is this somebody's job?
Can you
to,
imagine
like-
them?
Todd deadlifts 700. Get him in there. What is happening? What are you doing?
I didn't know. Like,
my
how do you? You know what I'm saying? It's not like you go to a sperm bank as a cow and deposit your sample.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
Put on the
I
on the
didn't know.
bestiality porn then
All
going on, just
I'm
let
saying
it happen or
is when my fiance and I thought of it, we're like, yeah, I don't know. That's not something you ask or like you really think about until you dive into this conversation.
I'm pretty sure there was a Jackass episode about this. I'm
Well,
not gonna lie to you.
I found out it's like, I'll say it not detailed, but there is a stimulation tool and something that catches it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's okay.
Ugh.
Sorry, moving on.
No, it's
But
fine.
I was so intrigued.
Am I gonna go Google this later? Probably. On private mode.
yeah. Keep
Okay.
the safe search on and
Oh
put it on
my
private
God.
mode.
Incognito form up there for sure.
Crazy. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, wow, we went there.
Nutty.
And, we can hop out of it now.
And we're good.
One thing we'd love to talk about, and we'll preface what we talked about the tattoo. We find ourselves back talking about video games if we even if we were to not try to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. it always gets there,
We have to.
regardless.
We
Oh, I just
we
noticed your hat. That's dope.
Yeah. I'm feeling good today. I'm wearing my Baby Yoda hat and I've got my Fixer Upper Demo Day shirt on. If you guys don't know.
Fix it. Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I went there.
Did you
I bought
really?
this from that. Yeah, from there.
From their farm?
Yeah. We went to.
Sorry,
my
Taylor.
fiance and I went down to Texas. Went to Waco. And chilled out around there and did a little roundabout
so
tour
sick.
of there and got a shirt from there.
Ev-
Chip's my boy. I love
Well,
Chip.
Are you friends or
No, but I wish I
Yeah.
was.
I was like, what did you meet him?
No,
or-
I wish.
How does their shop work? Because they own Waco.
It's nuts. So it is. So they have the restaurant, which is a breakfast place only. They have it set up pretty well though. Like they have some outdoor stuff going on. We went there. It's like a 3.5 hour wait. So, but they
I'm not
text
waiting
you.
that long.
So we left.
Okay, I was-
So we went there, hung around there for a second, and then we left, and then we just got texted like, "Hey, your table's gonna be ready in like 15 minutes," and we just drove back. We went around because there's some other cool places in Waco. Waco's a really cool town, actually.
Yeah.
I've actually been there.
Yeah, it was pretty
got
fun
it.
hanging around there for just a few
What
days.
inspired that? Did you guys say, "Hey, let's go to Waco"?
Yeah, it was cheap.
Oh wait, really?
And, yeah.
You like went as like a.
Yeah, we just went down there because it was like a cheap flight down there,
Well,
and then
that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Case-
Go ahead.
Yeah, like we were just like, well, let's just go, and so we went and just chilled down there for a few days because like traveling around. We've been to New York and a couple other places.
Okay, that's fine.
And so we were just like, yeah, let's just go check it out, I guess. So we went down there for like 2 or 3 days. But how their whole situation works, so they own that. Then they own like this whole little pavilion area where the shop is, and then there's like there's like a bakery that we didn't go to because the line was ridiculous.
But they own like tons of.
They own a bunch of other things, I think, as well. But those are like the 2 main things. So this area like they have like a bunch. They have like a shop. Then they have some like an area where you can hang out. They have a bunch of like games and like a little garden area, a bunch of other things they brought in. Like there's a couple different like food truck things and stuff in there. So we chilled around there for a little bit. Then we went out like hiking and that kind of stuff besides when we were down there. So it's not like we went down there just for that. Like there was some other like hiking, and then there's a really cool like woolly mammoth museum right there, which was kind of crazy.
What is that?
I've been to Waco like twice.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They dug up a bunch of mammoths and they just kind of dropped a building around the son of a bitch, and all the bones and stuff are still in there, so you can kind of check it all out and see like what they are and that kind of stuff. Apparently there were camels too around there.
Really?
Yeah.
Texas?
Huh.
Yes.
Pangea.
Some weird situations there. Yeah, some weird stuff. But yeah, their whole situation, they're killing it. I mean, they have their own TV show now. Or sorry, not TV show. Sorry, TV channel.
They do.
Yeah, and so
I got to shout out Lily. Lily gave me this shirt. She's going to Baylor next year to run
Baylor's
track.
Cool.
She got me this shirt, so it's like kind of connection.
Yeah.
No discomfort, no expansion.
That's sick.
like that
No
shirt.
pain, no gain. Right?
I just like the guy's face.
Yeah, they're hilarious. Their little alien cartoons are really funny. Anyway,
Getting off topic here. Yeah,
Yes,
so I'm feeling
video
pretty good I'm feeling good about this situation. So yeah, video
it well.
games though. I'm trying to think of what I've been
Well,
playing.
I'm kind of bummed we just brought up attire because I'm 100% sure I've worn this every time we film.
Probably.
I swear I wash my. I take it back. Blondie's very good at washing our clothes.
There you go.
And she does it often.
there you go.
And I like this attire.
Comfy.
I like what I wear. I guarantee it. Hashtag Men's Warehouse.
Taylor's Warehouse.
You guys screwed me on wedding price. Don't use them for wedding stuff. Don't do it. They're stupid expensive.
Men's Warehouse?
Shoot, I didn't order my suit. I need to order that tonight, don't I, for that coat
They're
day?
so expensive.
Sunday.
Oh.
They swindled me, man.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
We went. There's okay. You know what? We're going off. I don't
Go
care.
ahead. It's
We're
fine.
off.
We'll get
topic.
back there.
Yeah.
We went to what's it called? Indochino.
Yeah.
If you need a really nice luxury suit, completely tailored and handmade for $400, go there.
Cool.
Coolest experience I've ever had.
400. Wow, that's
Dude,
not
they
bad.
ship you the
really
box, and they say once you get it, you get 10 days to come do final stuff, and they'll get it all set. Went in there, put it all on, perfect. Like we were trying to nitpick.
Whoa.
And the lady was like, I think it's good.
No.
I was like, yeah, well, see ya. It was 5 minutes, stopped in, perfect. And then I walked over to Men's Warehouse was right next to it.
Yeah.
Told the guy, I said, don't worry about me. I already got my suit, but he was such a petty little bitch that I got my suit anywhere else.
Yeah. Oh, really?
He was so like offended.
And then because you went there after you got your suit stuff.
Yeah, and I said, I just need blue suits for my guys.
Yeah,
he had one that looked not good.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, you guys can get this, and gave me a price for it, and I just chuckled.
Oh, my God.
I did like the, like, you know when Buzz Lightyear pulled off his sticker and was like, that's how I felt with this guy.
Get that corn out of my face.
Yeah, I was like, boof.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I said, do you know how many other versions of you there are?
Of course.
You're expendable.
Yeah, you
and
are.
yeah, so anyway, don't use them.
Yeah.
We did this one. It's called Stitch and Tie, and you get everything for like $110.
Nice. Yeah, we did black tux for.
Also, once we realized that those were in the world, we were like, fluff you, Men's Warehouse.
Try some other things.
Yeah, we're good, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that was my fun
Indochino's a
one.
good thing to know though, because I'm gonna have to get one soon.
Dude, it's so sick. They
cool.
do.
Guess I'll be heading there.
Amazing work. And what's cool is they create your profile. And actually, we heard about it through a different podcast, and they had a cool discount for it. Nice. But yeah, so maybe they'll be sponsoring ours soon.
Dope.
There's my plug for
sponsor.
them. I'm gonna
We get
send this-
like
I'll
20
send it to
viewers
them.
on this, so
I'll send it to them.
For now.
Yeah, right.
Not with me.
A freaking 21. But
Case you
but what's cool now is there's an account with everything that I have, so I never have to go back into the store.
Yep.
I can get
You have a
whatever suits completely made, however, and you pick 40 different customizations, and it will just show up at my door perfect.
I like it.
Dude, phenomenal.
Just don't gain weight or shrink.
Yeah, right. Well, Blondie just called me and she was stoked because she's like, I was at my dress fitting and I lost weight. So they got to bring it in. I was like, oh yeah, girl, okay.
Nice.
And then I was like, I'm struggling to work out right now. This is pretty one-sided.
No.
So yeah, anyway, I'll be doing hella push-ups later.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go back to video games because
Yes.
I love our video game conversations.
Yeah.
Can you just because this is where I realized that we were star-crossed lovers when I saw your tattoo. I was so excited this day.
Yeah.
Describe it and like what really what was like the deciding this is going on my body.
Damn. So, oh shit.
Dude, it's just so sick.
It is cool.
love
So, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a God of War tattoo. I love God of War. I loved God of War when I was as a teenager in high school, like playing those games.
Yep.
Maybe like middle school and stuff. Those games were like just testosterone man-fueled rage.
I went back and played the first one, which is tough. It's hard to go back and play first ones from back in the days.
It is.
But man, it feels good. When you were just wrecking and
Rest in peace, peasant man that you murdered at the very beginning.
Oh, you gotta,
and then shows up in the second one, and
you gotta nail
you
that
just
guy.
kick him off the side back into hell again.
Yes, dude, I love that running gag. But like, it's. I love God of War because it was a very like one note easy character to do back then, where it was like. There's this guy, he's super pissed off at the world because he made a deal with a god and he like betrayed his whole family, ended up killing his family because this god went on a rampage, killed all of Olympus.
But the coolest part is why his skin is like powdered white.
Powder white, yeah. So he killed his family, and the ashes of his family covered his skin.
It was on accident.
It was on accident. He didn't kill his family on purpose. He was tricked into it basically. But anyway, so that's why his skin is white, and he's from Sparta. He's a Spartan, Kratos. And the reason I got the tattoo was because those games were very fun, very cool, and I loved the lore and the mythology and everything behind it. Greek myth, obviously. But this new one that came out for PlayStation 2017 or 2018? I
think it was 2018.
2018,
Yeah,
2 years ago. It took what was like a really simple one-note character in Kratos, where he was just like a rage-fueled monster, and changed him and transformed him into like this harsh but trying to figure out loving father to a kid.
So sick.
And it reminded me so much of my relationship with my dad, in that he always, I knew he loved me and he was always trying to say the right thing, but he just always fell just a little bit short. And I always wanted to just like coach him to say the right thing and do the right thing. Right. So like, I felt like in a deep way, it was kind of a reflection in certain ways of me and my relationship. I'm weird. I infuse meaning
so sick
into everything.
That just made it that much cooler.
Yeah.
So, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So it's a video game story that reminded me of a real life relationship that I had with my father. So that's one of the reasons. There's the reason why I wanted him and the boy.
We won't get into who boy is.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a whole thing. Go play the game. Go buy a play. It's literally worth spending $400. Even though the new PlayStation is about to come out, go buy it right now and play it. Anyway, so there's a scene at the end of the very end of the game. You know, there's this whole build up. The son does not know who Kratos is and what he's done in his past because he's trying to hide it from him. He doesn't want him to carry the sins of himself, sins of the father, over to the kid, right? So he's trying to bury it, but there's this whole plot line where it makes the kid more sick because he's not understanding where he's from, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, end of the game, basically there's a moment that they share where Kratos says, we must break the cycle. We will choose to, or we will be the gods we choose to be, not those who have been, right? Because it's all about redemption and breaking the cycle and not carrying the sins of your father with you. And I know we got really dark and deep, but that inspired me. I mean, I cried whenever I played it because I was just like, that is, I think what we all try to do is like take the good things from our parents and what they did and become better, right?
That's
and
sick.
if you had a rough childhood and you had maybe not the most loving background, it's always on you though to break the cycle, to do something better with what you've been given, even if you've been given nothing. You can make something, right? So that's breaking the cycle is really important to me. So that inspired the tattoo, and that's why I got it done. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Shout out to Greg Packlin at Certified Tattoo Studios. But I was like, I just want to do like my forearm here, just this side. This is kind of what I'm thinking of what I want. And he's like, nah, we got to do the whole forearm. I was like, well, like I told myself I'd never get like a portrait tattoo. Like at first I just wanted them to be silhouettes because I didn't really want like a full face. I didn't know how that would look. I've always been kind of weirded out by that. But he freaking nailed it. Like the detail in the beard,
So
and
good.
the eyes, and
Unreal,
everything.
dude.
And like I still have another session. I got to go back and get some more shading done and everything. But it's not quite done. But shout out to him because he was like, nah, we're gonna blow up the whole thing and spend double the money. And I was like, you swindled me, but you know what? I want it. Yeah, and it's going on my skin forever. So you know what? I'm down. Let's just do this thing.
You are a wizard with your words.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. After your description, I want it.
Yeah,
Put it on my face.
Yeah. Oh, I really thought about. So he has a face tattoo. I really thought about just going like full Mike Tyson and doing the red thing down my cheek, man. But
that would be tough.
Oh my god,
hell, dude.
I could never leave Elite Speed because I don't think they'd fire me for that. But I could never get a job
Couldn't go anywhere else at that point.
Yeah.
You have to make your own job
Oh,
or
God.
tattoo parlor.
Dude,
either one.
getting off track again as usual. But speaking of like just doing that whole thing, there was an article that I saw a few days ago of a dude who, for the last several years, this dude apparently, I think he's in the UK or something like that. Big Marvel fan.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he decided his deal was going to be that he wanted to change his face to look like Red Skull.
Red Skull.
Yes, that is what I said. Red Skull, the villain.
Hard option.
From Captain America.
He doesn't have a nose.
So he dyed his face. He removed part of his nose. He freaking put in implants into his cheeks and stuff like that to make it like set like that. This dude is married with kids. This was his life decision.
Not anymore, he's not.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, man. Like, bold strats. Bold strats.
I want to go get a shield and kick his ass. I feel like
Oh my god.
I owe the world
He lost.
that.
Yeah. Red Skull lost too.
I don't know why that would be your decision.
Go
but
like Thanos, if that's the case.
Yeah,
At least you won one of the
Big
fights.
badass.
True,
Seriously.
but then
won
you have
one
that
So you
weird
got
chin
balls on your
situation.
chin.
Nah. I'll take bald chin over fucking
Red-faced
nose.
Voldemort. Yeah, I don't know why he did that, but
That's insane.
bold.
I thought you were gonna say
Bold.
got like Iron Man's helmet on
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
face.
no, that would have been better.
Hulk
That
green.
would have been better. Yep.
Anything would have been
Anything
better.
else.
Like even like Captain America's like little
Yeah.
thing. That would have been cool.
Anything else.
Anything else.
Red Skull. You're an idiot, man.
I don't
know who
like you.
I don't
You're not invited to my birthday party at all.
Jesus. No birthday cake bang for you. Or maybe only birthday cake
How's that
bang.
going? As a
By the
guitar
way, it's
player?
way worse now. Like, it is way worse. It's gotten hotter. It's way worse.
My
Something like
champagne
that.
is hot now. So it's
This is terrible.
It's not good.
It's terrible.
Mine's
But
staying consistent.
just going off that, like your story, incredible. Like your reason behind loving that game is
Thank you.
inspiring,
sick.
honestly. And I think that is what a lot of people don't get about video games, and why I love talking about video
Yes.
games and getting into it with people and talking about, because I don't think video games get enough credit for that kind of thing. A bunch of people have that kind of story, your exact type of story for a movie.
Sure.
A lot of people have
A
that
book.
for a book.
Yeah.
Like that happens all the time. But video games, I don't think ever get the credit that they really deserve.
Yeah.
True.
And I have that affiliation with a couple video games as well. I get into that later, but for much different reasons, like just different times of my life.
Sure.
Of like video games that got me through specific
Totally,
pieces, and they
right.
have meaning for me in that way. But talking with people about that, a lot of people just don't get that, because as soon as they think of video games, they think of just Mario jumping side to side, which a lot of people have emotional attachment to even Mario, but
like
or Tetris or something like that. But
Sure.
they don't have that same, that for some reason video games have been portrayed as this child's thing for so long that it doesn't get the same love and affection that other entertainment mediums do. And it's so disappointing, because there are so many video games out there with such a great emotional pull and great stories, especially when you look at movies nowadays that come out. So many of them fall so short for me in the actual story department, because the visual effects side is just all that matters nowadays. And video games, not only do you get to see that story play out, but you get to you get to be a part of it. You get to play through part of it. And really, like, the best video games, God of War, Last of Us, a bunch of Naughty Dog games, honestly, within that space. A few other games that people will super disagree with me on. The first two Kingdom Hearts games that everybody else...
those.
A bunch of people disagree with me. As you and I were talking before this, BioShock Infinite, like, that game has sucked me. Like, those games have sucked me in so much more than most other mediums do, and they just never get their respect in the wider entertainment world. And it's super disappointing in my mind, because
so for instance,
the work that goes into these things is so incredible.
I didn't have the courage to rob a convenience store the other day. I played GTA and it was a breeze.
Just walk right in and steal that.
It's super easy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So there's this girl I train, and she's 16 years old. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna throw her under the bus like that. She goes to Valor. Okay.
Now she knows who she is.
It's fine. She has to watch this. But she is the sweetest, most like happy-go-lucky, kindest girl you'll ever meet. Just unassuming, looks completely innocent, whatever. And I was like, what do you do for fun? I'm trying not to say her name so hard. What do you do for fun? She's like, sometimes I play video games. I'm like, oh, really?
Hell yeah.
Like, what do you play? And she's like, what's your favorite? I asked her, what's your favorite video game? She goes, like Grand Theft Auto. And I was like, wait, time out. Like Grand Theft Auto, like 5? Like you go and smack old ladies on the side of the head when you're walking down the street? And she's like, yeah, it's super fun. I'm like, no. This is wrong. I'm living in some weird world right now.
Some alternate world.
It was crazy.
That's like for sure. Did we just become best friends?
We did.
That's so sick.
Ever since then, I decided, you're awesome. Like we're so cool.
They're just a great escape from everything. I mean, no matter what games you type, whatever games you like to play. I mean, it's just, and anybody who says like, oh, I'm not a gamer, like that's
they just haven't found the game.
Well, right? No, they all play games. Everybody plays games on their phones. It's just I don't know. I tried to get people to like jump in on like. I try to figure out whenever I talk to people, like my fiance is not into video games really, but now we're starting to get there. Like she's been playing the crap out of Animal Crossing. Nice. That led us to playing some other things like multiplayer and that kind of 2-player games, that kind of stuff. She's still not completely into it, but I'm getting her there.
Dipping the toes.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I just wish that they'd get the respect that they deserve, because you have movies and that kind of stuff. Sure, like there's a long build-up for movies to get made and that kind of stuff.
So different, though.
But it's so different because there's like video games like Cyberpunk 2077 that comes out. So excited. That game has been in the making for 9 years.
That's crazy.
9 years.
It looks so good.
And you know what's going to happen when that game comes out? These people that have worked so hard to get this game out, it is going to get half the population that you're going to see is just going to shit on it just for the sake of shitting on a game, because that's a thing to do in the video game world. Yeah. And it is rough to watch. Like the people that make video games, it is a passion, it is a love, because so often they just get completely smacked in the end product, and when they put in 4-5 years of their life. And it just doesn't. No one else sees that on the outside world. They don't understand that, and it just hurts a little bit. Hurts me a little bit.
Unless you're Fortnite.
Unless you're Fortnite.
Then you can't miss.
That's the thing, man. You can't miss with that.
You're good.
Like those are the games that get huge. Like you see some of these games that are
which is fine. I think that is a lane that I think should exist for people. And
100%.
I have zero problem with like games like Fortnite, but I know I will want my kids to not only play those Fortnite type games. I want them to play shit that I get tattooed on myself.
Right. You want them to play those meaningful, impactful games, which is why I'm with you. Like I'm very happy that a bunch of those types of games exist. I'm even happy that like a lot of people like in gaming and that kind of stuff, especially like a lot of gamers, whatever, like everybody's a gamer, but a lot of people within that medium like to crap on, mobile games and that kind of stuff. I'm happy mobile games exist. It gives developers a chance to make games. It also gets people into the medium a little bit, and maybe some people that started out there step a little bit further and see what else is out there. I just hope that games like, because you're starting to continually see it, you saw it during the PS3 era was the kind of the start, and then it kind of came back, but it's starting to go where first player games, the single player games became where you have to have multiplayer. And now it's kind of become this thing where it's like, esports, which is great, like it's taken off, great, make your money, but it's starting to over like those types of games, Fortnite, Call of Duty. You saw it with like the Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like they did the remaster, but the one before that was Black Ops 4. They didn't even have a single
Story,
player
yeah, there's
game.
no
There's
campaign.
no
The whole
story.
thing was terrible.
Yeah.
I hated
But
it.
you're starting to see that become more and more of the Apex Legends. Like you got Titanfall 1 and 2. Titanfall 2 storyline,
So good.
so good.
That game is awesome.
So good.
It's so
Some
cool.
amazing set pieces throughout that
So
thing.
cool.
And the environment,
Yeah.
traversal, like so good.
That's when you need to play if you haven't played it.
Yeah.
That's
Here,
so
here's the thing: how are you gonna come out with Apex like that
Yeah.
and still not have it cross-platform?
It needs to be.
What are you
It
doing?
Yeah.
needs to be.
That
It
was
needs
like
to be.
all games these days that can be played on every platform that
Yeah.
get big. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Biggest,
I'm with you.
Biggest one ever.
Destiny's coming. It has to.
Bungie can suck it because
I love
Ed
it.
They've
just
tried,
sent
yeah.
me a text today. He sent me this thing, and it was some little blurb article about what's coming in Destiny and this huge thing.
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't
going
even
back to
read
the
it.
same planet.
I said,
No
I said,
cross-platform?
dude, F
No.
you guys. And Ed, yeah, he said all he said was,
They're-
"I wish this was cross-platform." I didn't even click on it.
I'm a Destiny.
Yeah.
I
love Destiny too.
diehard.
We've
I
grinded
love
it so much.
I'm gonna
but-
get a Destiny tattoo at some point. I will. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
but Rip Kid 6. Maybe that'll be something.
Rip. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But
But
no. Yeah.
all I'm saying,
I hear what
is,
you're saying.
The hell are you doing?
Yeah.
You make how much money? And
know.
you still
Well, the thing is that
Yeah.
their situation is a little bit different. I'm giving them a little bit slack for just a tad bit longer on that front because they bought their way out and got their way out of being a part of Activision.
Yeah, big
so now
split.
they are an independent publisher again.
Yeah.
Which is why it also got removed from the Bungie store and all that kind of stuff, and they had to put it up on Steam and get everything rolling. They moved it to a free-to-play game, which was a smart move, and then you buy the individual expansions after that point.
But I
They're
still wanna be
doing
mad.
a bunch of that stuff.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
mad. I'm
fine.
gonna be-
You can be mad. I think that
I
they're
haven't
going
played
to
it.
Let's
get
talk
there.
about Apex then, because
But Apex,
those
though,
guys-
is owned by EA. We all know what EA's
They
deal is.
suck the
I
most
know I
butts.
just said I hate shitting on video game stuff at all. EA,
No,
I hate you.
You can. Yeah.
I hate you.
But if you Battlefront, you can just pay a bunch of money and be really good at it.
That game, what a disaster.
Did you try that? The new
That game's-
Battlefront
no,
two?
that
Oh,
game
okay.
is awful.
It wasn't even.
I couldn't
it's,
give him my money.
Did you ever play the old Battlefront
Of
2?
course. That's
Like
Okay.
the Conquest?
that's still alive today. People still play that on
You
like
know,
Steam.
I would
Somebody
get in that
remade
game
it.
and just
Yeah.
run
EA
around.
squashed it.
Yeah.
I would run around and just jump with Darth Maul for hours. And
That
just,
was
it was
the
so
best.
okay. Speaking of memories through video games in this world that we're talking about, Kyle and I, the one who cuddled me back to health in Mexico.
Good job, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. We had the most. We only played 2 games growing up, and it was that and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But
Yes.
we went hard and a few others. But in Battlefront 2, we were on Yavin 4. And
Yes.
you can just hear the love in my voice already, right? So if you want to talk about video game adventures, we'll
Yes.
never forget this. I can look at him and say Yavin 4, and his eyes will light up. And it was so dumb when I think back to it, because we're just fighting AI.
Yeah,
It's just
But it was
computer.
so
Yeah.
fun.
And up top, you know how it counts down from 150?
Yep.
And it just said 2 for us, 10 for the opponent. And we went so Navy SEAL in a video game. Yeah. I knew, I was like, it's you and I. Army of 2, also a great game. But I was like, Army of 2, let's go. And it was the best call outs you'd ever seen. Like, behind the tree, boom, boom, boom. And he'd get hit. I'm hurt. There's health up here. I got him, boom, boom, boom.
What are you,
we
like,
were going so
9?
hard.
Yeah.
Dude, and we won. And we like victory lapped around,
Oh
and we
my
just
gosh,
beat
that's
a
awesome.
freaking stand there, actual clone trooper aim. Yeah, but dude,
Yeah.
we'll never forget
Of course.
that.
Yeah.
Because that was, whew,
That's awesome.
heart was
way.
bumping.
Yeah.
Oh man. And
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was like a memory I'll have my entire life, sitting in that basement on Yavin 4.
I love it.
So
EA
good.
did, to their credit though, that new Jedi Fallen Order game.
Bomb.
I actually
I
really
heard that
liked
was
it.
really
Well
good.
played.
I really liked
Well
it. It was
played.
really well done because it was Respawn though. It was the same
Yeah,
people that did.
Respawn's doing a lot of good stuff. They actually just opened up a new studio.
Did they? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
they opened up another one that's making a first-person shooter,
But not Titanfall
but
3.
not Titanfall 3.
Oh fuck off! I don't.
So
mad.
there is
Not my friend
rumors.
I'm so mad.
There's rumors that it is a single-player-esque type game within, which is the same. This is the same universe, but Apex.
Why
side
wouldn't they
of things.
just? Why wouldn't they just do Titanfall 3? Everyone loved Titanfall 2. It was so good.
It didn't sell as well.
Yeah, true. But
Which is a bummer. So that's
It
the
was
thing.
awesome,
is that
though.
It's so good. I think that Titanfall 2 actually it sold pretty well for the environment they got dropped in. It got dropped at the same time as Battlefield 5 and
Oh, yeah, I
what
remember
was
that.
called I think it was Black Ops. I think it
Black
actually
Ops 3.
was Black Ops.
was it 4?
Was it 3 or 4?
It was older. It was
Yes.
older.
It's got to be.
Yes.
Was it 3?
Yes.
I think it was 3 because it was older. Titanfall 2
Yeah,
came
something
out.
like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
it dropped right at that same time as those two games. It was like the same month as those came
Yep.
out. So it was like 3 first-person shooters that all came out at the same time.
Yeah, it's tough.
And so I think that it kind of just got smushed. Yeah, actually, it might have been World War II. It might have been Call of Duty World War II they came out with. So it was, anyways, it was in that circle of death right there of time.
November, probably.
Yeah, and it was November,
Had to
and
be.
I think that that's now changed. So everybody's now releasing in different schedules, which is just nice. But
Thank God.
yeah,
Honestly.
yeah, really.
Valhalla, when is that
Yeah.
coming out? Assassin's
Valhalla
November.
comes out, yeah, the
They
holiday
say
time.
holidays of 2020.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
holiday
November
2020
time.
because it's gonna drop with the PS5
But-
and Xbox One
true.
X or
2020
Xbox Series X.
Xbox.
Let's be honest.
Sorry.
This
Xbox.
year,
Yeah, the Triple X.
I love
We talked
it.
about that last week.
Xbox.
Yes, it's so great. All I know is 2020 could use some redemption this year,
Yeah.
Yes.
and we've got Valhalla on the horizon.
Yeah.
And Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, I want it.
And if you really want to dive further into this Rona apocalyptic world, you got Last of Us 2 coming out in like 2
True.
weeks.
2 weeks, really?
I think it's like, no, sorry, July 17th. So like a
Oh,
month.
shit.
If you
month.
want a fun suspense game, I talked about it before. What was that? The last Dark or something?
Oh yeah,
We talked
yeah,
about it.
the Long Dark.
The Long
Oh,
Dark.
yeah, I've heard of
Yeah.
it.
Have fun. Try it. Just give it like an hour, and it's
Survival type game, isn't it?
Yeah.
but with no. Here you go. Here's what to do. Try it. It's fun.
So one of my favorite games that I've played, besides God of War in the recent years, was Outer Wilds.
Outer Worlds is so good.
It's so good. Casey and I played it together. Casey's big in the video.
It is
games.
the
My
most
Casey.
peaceful, stressful game I've ever played in my
yeah.
My
life.
gosh, Outer Wilds is
Yeah.
it's one of the best stories and most creative, inventive type
Discoveries. Like it's
Man.
so many
Oh, yeah.
discoveries in that game.
games.
So good.
Fucking cool. I was thinking, I was like, maybe I should get an Outer Wilds tattoo. I just want to get tattooed everywhere and like video
Oh.
game arm, music, movie. I don't
Dude,
know.
you would love this. Really good friend of mine
Yeah.
lives in Australia.
Yeah.
Maybe I told you this. He is creating a video game sleeve of only old retro Easter egg type
So cool.
stuff. So he's got like original Bowser.
cool.
If you look at it,
Just Jumpman.
yep,
right?
Really?
I think so.
Yeah.
But if
Original.
I think so.
The
But if
OG.
you look at his arm, you would think those look like video game, cartoon, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you know retro video games, you're
Yeah.
like, dude.
It's like so
Yeah.
many things.
Every
That's
time you
so
So
see
cool.
it, yeah, you're just like,
That's cool.
wow. But the best part is it looks
Yeah.
not like it all goes together.
Right.
It's just-
Right.
He's like, that's cool, throw it on. There's no blend in. It's just like,
yeah.
someday I'm sure it'll weave in and out. But
Yeah, that's cool.
as of right now, it's awesome.
I like it.
So cool.
And
Yeah.
it's so him. Like that. And then he's got the Montana outline on his butt.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like this awesome whatever, and then you're like, any more tattoos? Yeah, just a
Nice.
really bad outline of
Dude,
Montana.
I'm gonna have to do my butt soon, I think, because I have too many tattoo ideas and not enough space.
Did I tell you the one I really wanted on my butt?
No.
I wanted the USDA choice beef stamp on my butt
Yes.
because what I mean.
Yeah, of
You know what I
course.
mean? And then the funniest
That's so
part
good.
is, of course, Blondie with the typical. What are you gonna do when it's old? I'll put aged above it, and it's
Yeah.
and yeah,
Look,
so then we're good.
When tattoos age, it just means it doesn't mean anything. It's
Yeah.
because you put it on you because you loved it and you still love it, and it shows the wear.
Right.
That's the point.
Well,
Yeah.
and then so
Aged.
yeah, so I said I could do that, and then she was like, "You're just gonna show everyone your butt."
Yeah.
I was like, "Not everyone, but everyone that needs to
Most.
see it."
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. And then I said, "How about this? Instead of USDA, I'll put the Angus beef stamp, but I'll leave out the G, so it just says anus beef." And like when I said that, I think USDA, she was like, "Oh my god, like if you really want to." And as soon as
Yeah.
I threw that one out there, she just walked away.
Yeah.
And I knew it was off the table.
Well, it's a little too inside baseball. You'd be like, wait, anus, like USD.
Yeah.
You got to think about it a little
Right.
bit, but it is funny.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah, or you just like not fully highlight in the G, But anyway, I thought it was kind of.
I love it, dude.
I wanted
That's
it
so
really
funny.
bad. Never
Yeah.
happened.
I love it.
But yeah, that was, and I think I've said this as well before. But did you play Assassin's Odyssey?
Actually, so I haven't played Odyssey, but I just bought it because it was like $10 on the Epic Game Store.
Dude, enjoy.
You use
I-
that $10
Yeah, it was
$10 code.
Yeah.
You get $10 off.
I got $10 off, and it was already $20 off, or it was already $20. So
Dude,
I got it for $10.
$10.
I'm about to dive in. Don't worry. I just got a fun time.
Enjoy. I'm so jealous of you now.
Oh, I know. Casey, so she's big into Assassin's Creed. Like she's played all of them. She played Origins.
Yeah.
Never gone to Odyssey yet. So I was like, let's play it together. We like to play games together.
Oh man.
So we're playing that. She's obviously ahead of me right now because she's not really doing much at home. She starts working again next week, pretty much. But I have to find time and do it. But I will sink 60 hours in that.
It is so, like it pulled me in because I lose track pretty quick on single player games. I'll be in single player mode for one night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to go compete or like fight other people.
Sure.
Oh man, this I didn't care.
Right.
Nothing existed but this game.
Well, because there's a lot of systems to it to master.
But there's so, and I think it's because of the Spartan mythology,
true.
whatever.
Greek stuff.
And they hit on some stuff that you were like,
Cool stuff.
Whoa!
I'm
Like,
excited.
how did you think to put this in here? And
I'm excited.
so it got me so excited for what's coming in Valhalla.
Yeah.
And then real quick spin off. You know this. You were there through my really dark ages when this happened. Did you ever play the first Assassin's Creed?
Of course. I played all of them.
You know how that's on me.
Rookie
we'll
mistake.
take the L on that one
Rookie
there.
mistake.
It'll remind me here in a minute. That means
Yeah, we'll be finishing up here in a few
No,
minutes.
you're good. I just that's my thing. If I put something in my calendar, but I usually ignore everything in my calendar.
Same.
So now I have to do an alarm to look at my calendar at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll turn it off and forget it. But so the original Assassins,
Yeah.
it's the most repetitive
Yeah.
level grind.
Sure.
Just go do the same thing.
It's cool when you were a kid.
Travel for hours, do the same thing again, travel back for hours. And there's 9 steps, like 9 bosses you have to beat and do the same thing.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Dude, I remember because it was like 3, go back to this guy, he says something else. 3, you follow the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at 8, about to be done, and this was the era of PlayStation memory cards.
Oh, no.
Dude, it got wiped, and I was on, or I think I just got to 9. I was at the end of the most grueling video game there is, and it wiped, man.
Ass
And
pain.
I remember this. Like I grabbed my chest.
Yeah.
Like no, and you know when you keep plugging it back in, like maybe this will pop back in
Oh,
here.
I did that, yeah.
And I went all the way back through this game, and I couldn't believe it. And the worst part is, it had a really cool ending, but it was such a quick ending that I was like, I just put in that many more hours. So really, I went through 17 of the same boss,
Right.
the same thing
For a very quick ending.
for that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I'll never forget that ending.
Sure.
Because that was hell
fair.
to get to it.
Yeah.
Which then
game.
bugged me that Assassins was like, you know what, we had this big storyline
We had the
outside of the
storyline,
game.
we just pooped all over it
like
by the end.
people aren't here for that anymore. Let's just make the game cool.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah. The last Assassin's Creed that really, really pulled me in was Black Flag.
Really?
The pirate one. I
Yeah.
loved
Okay, a lot
that
of people
one.
loved that
so
game.
many people
love
love that
that
game,
game.
and I didn't love it.
Really?
I'm not a pirate guy, so it didn't pull me in either.
I loved it.
It was really good though.
The story, all right, whatever, but I just like the ship battles and all
It was
that.
really good.
Was really good.
They bring that in Odyssey.
Odyssey? Do they?
It
Yeah, I
has
can
a-
see that.
Has a good amount in it.
Yeah, I can see
But
that.
I'll say number 3, the one that was in
North America?
the one in America,
Yeah.
hated it.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Yeah, that
Hated
one
it.
was
I actually
disappointing.
didn't finish that one.
Yeah,
couldn't-
I
I did my Native American ancestry wrong.
they definitely. And dude, it was like meh. But you know, I was a kid, see how the story ends. I was
Yeah.
actually excited about Desmond and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then my controller like actually died, not batteries. It died. So I was like, that's a sign.
Yeah, it's just on this
Don't
game's
play
trash.
anymore.
I was like, I can't play for a week or whenever I get a new one. So yeah.
Yeah, I never finished it. It
Yeah,
was,
so
it was tough.
don't know how that ends. It was terrible, and they had guns and everything in it.
Oh yeah,
Just
you had like a
feel
musket.
right.
Yeah.
It just felt so bad.
yeah.
But
I like it.
this is the last thing I'll say about Assassin's stuff going on. Did you play Unity?
I did play Unity.
Yeah.
It needs more credit than it got.
Yeah, Unity was good.
Well
It's just
played.
a bad launch because of the server side of things, but
yeah, but Unity was good.
But the bounce back
got
was
better every
sweet.
time.
All I know is that all I'll remember it was just cool how you created your group of assassins.
That was cool.
And you had things like they were always around.
Yep.
And you'd just be walking and someone's like, hey, you stop, and he was like, and arrows would just take the guy out. You felt so tough.
Well, that's why I love
dude.
Brotherhood, because they introduced that in Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And that was Brotherhood's still my favorite one.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's what I enjoyed about that, being able to build out the team. Also, you got to like build the city and all that kind of crap. I'm a
So
sucker for
cool.
that kind of stuff.
They did a great job with those.
Assassin's Creed got better when they stopped feeling like they had to make one every single year.
Yeah.
And keep the storyline
Yes,
going.
exactly.
When they were just like, let's just make a good game.
Exactly.
People are here for the assassins, not
They're
the
not
side
here
story.
for the Abstergo bullshit. No one really
But
cares.
and that's what I won't ruin it. But Odyssey does a good part of the side story is fun.
Yeah.
Because they remind you this is still Assassin's Creed.
Right.
And you build up to something. Hard part is at the end, when you get there, you're like, God damn it, I have to buy a DLC.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good at it.
no.
Like, yeah, I'm done. Beat it, bitch. And then you see the end, you're like, oh, you mother.
We're still Ubisoft.
We're
Still, speaking of
You still need to make
DLC, your
money.
story of like losing progress, Prince of Persia
Oh,
4?
man. Oh, I
I
didn't
think it
play
was.
that.
It was the.
I didn't play that one.
I think it was the 4th one. It was whatever. It was like the reboot one for PS3 and, and Xbox
I saw it,
360.
Those games were cool.
Beat that
They were
whole game, and they did the thing at the time that like God Hand did as well, which was I guess a little bit beforehand. I think that was PS2 era. Anyways, they basically hid the ending on DLC. They just tacked it on onto the DLC side of things.
Not okay.
So
bunch of
I was
wieners.
like, you know what?
Okay.
I got the DLC because
have
at that
to.
time I was like,
Yeah, baited.
I'm an idiot. I'm just gonna do this instead of just walking away now. Got the DLC, fired it up. Was not paying attention because I was just like, I just want to get into this.
Hey, get it going.
Clicked a bunch of buttons in a row, and all of a sudden I'm like, why am I at the beginning of the game?
What?
And I was like, this doesn't seem right. And so I backed out, restarted the system. I looked and went, yeah, I clicked new game and saved over the top of my game that I'd already finished. So I said, screw this. I put it away. I've still never seen the ending of that actual game. The actual DLC
my
ending.
God.
Still
YouTube
never
that
seen
shit.
it.
What a
Yeah,
good-
I don't even want to because it's just it's now just a memory that I'll always cherish of me being a complete
Screw the ending of that
moron
game.
and just completely blitzed my previous save.
I don't even want to know.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I'm
So-
gonna look it up now because I want to know what you missed.
I know. Can you imagine going to like see Avengers Endgame and like the last battle? They were like, nah, they cut to black.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you want to go see it,
Walk outside and
walk
pay $20.
outside, Pay $20. It's in this other theater. We got to unlock the doors. Like, whoa, hold on, motherfucker.
And then
Like,
you
we're
get in
fighting.
there, and they restart the whole movie.
No, they restart like the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
You got to start
You
from
gotta
Iron
watch
Man
it
1.
sit-
Iron Man, yeah.
Oh,
You got to start it from the Eric Bana Hulk.
Oh,
You got to
ass
suffer
pain.
through that one first.
tough,
Woof.
dude. Awful. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Yep. So that's my fun story.
That's
Dang.
awesome.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I don't know why. I'm a bad friend, but I'm just that cheered me up. To hear that. Yeah. Suck it.
Well, we've been going for a good while here. And Sullivan's ready.
Yeah, he's
On
pissed.
that great note of my life, that cherished moment, I think we'll kind of wrap it up here, guys.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Marcus,
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
you've been an absolute joy.
Sweet.
Thank
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you for being on.
Yeah.
He's
thank you guys
excited
for
to
to
be
appreciate
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sullivan loved you being here.
I
Loved
appreciate
meeting
you
new people.
guys dealing with this caffeine corner.
Oh god.
Yeah, that thing was awful. Never do. Oh,
I
God.
think I drank like 3 sips.
I finished
still
that
pretty
son of a gun. I'm proud of that, and I'm gonna pay for it.
I'll call you at 2 or something.
Yeah, I need to sleep tonight.
Anyways,
That was
everybody,
well played.
thank you for watching out there.
Boom.
Stay safe. Have
Yeah.
a great week.